Okay, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Um, okay, if anybody is here, um, can you just type 1? Just let me know if my audio is coming through okay. If I don't hear anything, I'll just assume that everything is okay. And thank you in advance, and thank you for everybody joining me. My name is Jaiqua Ben Israel. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel that's dedicated to brethren in the world who are known as Faithist. And I want to say up front, first of all, I forgot to ask the creator to help me do this video through prayer. I want to start my videos off through prayer. And so if you'll bear with me for one moment while I ask Jehovah to grant me wisdom and understanding, and that I may speak things that encourage us, the people who are known as faithists, while we're in the world, that we can make the resurrection, that at a time like this, that we can see you, we can see your light, Jehovah, that we can redeem the time that we have been given. We can redeem the time while we are here. Jehovah, I just ask that more and more every day, that we as a people, the faithists, that we will be able to come together, and that our witness will grow in the world. And so, Jehovah, I ask for words to speak and share with my brethren. I pray for wisdom to use this channel to help to encourage and to minister, and to, above all things, to redeem the time. In your name, I give thanks. So let it be. All right, brethren, again, thank you for joining me. My name is Shaikwab Ban Yisrael. This is a channel that is dedicated to the sharing of the Oahspe guidebook, the Oahspe Bible, New Revelation. No one knows about it. No one, it's very controversial. The Creator is giving us this revelation because the time has come. Since we are in what's known as the Cosmic era, this is the time when the physical and the physical and the spiritual come together in maturity, and the kingdom of the Creator comes to the earth. I'm not looking at the screen right now, so brethren, bear with me so I can make it through this monologue, and then I'll greet you. I want to use this channel to, there's not much tolerance. There's, what's a good word for concern about the type of, I'm looking for the word for the type of spirituality that's in the world today. It's a fake spirituality, in the sense that living in this reality now is like, it's like the Twilight Zone, in the sense that you would think, I mean, the Creator, he makes the Oahspe so easy to understand. But when you go out into the world, and if you're like me, you like to share, I like to talk about the light. I like to give that hope that the Creator is giving all of us right now. This is the only hope that's in the world right now. The Oahspe Guidebook is the only hope that's in the, it's the only hope for mankind in the world. The Oahspe is the only hope for mankind, and nobody wants it. And so that makes me look at my brethren, my sisters, who are able to receive this thing. And I hold you very, very, I mean, truly, all of you brethren, I just look at you very, very, very special, as very special people in the world. And I wish I had the words to convey that, because we're in one hell of a situation. I mean, the more that I grow, the more that I learn, the more that I read, and I try to be the best light that I could be while I am in this reality, the greater the darkness grows. And I just see the situation that we are in. And I fear that we, as faithists, that we could be impacted by the example of the anti-Jehovians, the Uzzians, the Oahspe calls them, because the darkness is real. And it keeps reminding me of that verse. Matter of fact, before I begin, let me share some books that the unknown many have put out. The unknown many have put out a book. And if any brother can hear me, if somebody can hear me, and you want to get the volume set, the 6 volume set, let me put it up on the screen here. If you want to get the 6 volume set on the screen right now by the unknown many, if you want to get this now, the unknown many have put it out as a supplement to the Oahspe, and it seeks to simplify the Oahspe, to break it down by subject matter. Let me show you a picture of what the inside of the book looks like. It was done in PowerPoint form. It was done in PowerPoint form so that someone could just pick it up and hopefully they could just flip to a page, and it might hit on something that'll grab their attention. It's done by topic. It's called the Oahspe Topical Survey, verse by verse topical survey. And it should be on the screen right now. It's just a picture to give you an idea of what the 6 volume set that the unknown many have put out. And if there's a brother or sister listening and you want the 6 volume set, and especially if I know you and you're a faithist and maybe you're a little low on funds, all you got to do is contact me and let me buy it for you. I will. I'm not saying that, I have a whole lot of money. The books are priced as low as they can possibly be priced. It's a 6 volume set. And right now I'm just showing you a sample of what the inside of it looks like. It's a supplement to the Oahspe, and all it's meant for is to help a brother or a sister be interested in the Oahspe, be interested in it. Okay, now let me go to the room, see who's in there so I can greet you. And then, hey, Asanath, Elijah, Mahalia, how y'all doing? It's good to see y'all. Thanks for joining me. Can I be heard okay? Is my mic coming through okay? Can somebody type a 1 if my microphone is coming through okay? Can y'all hear me okay? My microphone? Just type a 1. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Test, test. Can anybody hear me? Thanks a lot, Ace. Thank you. So this is the small sample. This is a small sample of the Oahspe six book volume set. So if anybody sees this video and you'd like to have that 6-volume set, especially if you're a faithist and you're a little low on funds, all you got to do is contact me and let me send it out to you. Let me get it out to you. It'll be my pleasure. I might not have a whole bunch of money, but that's okay. The Creator is allowing me to. I've already sent out a number of the volume set, and the Creator, he says that this knowledge and other books that other brethren have written to supplement the Oahspe is going to go out all over the world. This information here is going to go out all over the world. And you brothers and sisters, from what I can understand, the Creator has chosen us to lay the foundation of the Oahspe, of the kingdom on the earth. The Creator has chosen brethren that are coming into this light right now to lay the foundation, from what I can see, for the Oahspe coming on the earth. Because right now it's not well received at all, and you got to be pretty solid in order to be able to live according to the precepts of the knowledge of the Oahspe in a society that's totally antithetical to everything that you believe in. So again, this is what I'm showing you is a picture of what the 6-volume set, the Oahspe topical study, what's in the inside of it. You can go to Amazon, and if you have if you have trouble, you want the 6-volume set, and you are a faithist, and I know you, or even if you're not, you can contact me and tell me that you want one. I'll do my best to get it sent out to you. Okay. So I believe I was before I left off, and also I want to say also that Tuesdays and Fridays, I'm trying to hold to the schedule of Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. I think it's where I'm at. Tucson, Arizona, that's mountain time. So I don't know what time it is in the different time zones of the world. I moved down here from California. I've only been here for like 5 months. I started back up doing the videos again a couple of days ago. And it seems like the Creator is really giving us a lot to talk about, a lot to talk about. In my future videos, I'm going to also go to Radiance Anthology and read from Radiance Anthology, share from that. Radiance Anthology, it comes with the Oahspe. If you order it, they'll give you an option to get the Radiance Anthology. It's a book that it looks like the Oahspe, where these are notes taken, from what I could understand, from angel visitations that brethren who put the Oahspe together, that they have also compiled from brethren who have the gift of Suis and Sargis, messages from the second resurrection, I would say. I could be wrong, but they definitely are messages from the angels to us, Radiance Anthology. And so I'm going to be sharing from that a lot as I go on. I was doing that last year, and it's very encouraging. It's very impactful to help us to know that they're basically rooting for us. That's the feeling that I got from reading from Radiance Anthology last year when I was doing my videos then. So I will be referring to that a lot. Now, the title of the video today is "The World Cannot Find the Creator." The world cannot find the Creator. And what I mean by that is that The false gods have had like a 2,000, 3,000, who knows how many thousands of years, 24,000, maybe even more than that, head start to shape, to impact, to bind the minds of men. And they've succeeded till now through religion and keeping and binding and putting in bondage and slavery the minds of people to false gods. And now we've gotten to a point where they are so ingrained in the minds of men that they cannot receive the light. They cannot receive the light. They cannot break. The only one who can break the power. Oh, you know what? Let me put the link in the room too. So in case anybody, you want to stop me and you want to bring up something different, then let me put the link in the room. You click on the link. I'll bring you into the into the screen, bring you up on the screen. We can have a conversation if you want to, or you want to share anything. That's what this channel is for. So the name of the video again is "The World Cannot Find a Creator." Cannot find a creator. And you know what's interesting is we live in a time right now where people see, we're in a time right now, I'm sure a lot of you brethren, you know that we're in a conflict in the Middle East, and that one of the immediate things that's impacting a lot of people is that energy prices are going up. Gas is like gone up. And when you touch somebody's pocketbook, then that's when they tend to, you really get their attention. You get people's attention when you start messing with their money. We're in a situation right now where the gas is going to go up. It's going to go up even more than what it's gone up now. And then when that goes up, other things go up. Energy sourced products go up. And that's when people start, you get their attention then. And you would think that that a door would be open. It's like it's like people learn when it's too late. It seems that we live in a reality where people learn only when it's too late. And what I mean by that is unable to redeem the time. Unable to redeem the time. I'm telling you, man, I was thinking the other day, I could have very easily have missed what I would call my opportunity to come into the light. I keep thinking about that, how easily I was scrolling. I was on YouTube. I came across Brother Maine. He's the brother that does videos. He reads all different types of spiritual books. I just happened to come in. He was reading the Oahspe, and that got my attention right there. It just, something lit up inside of me. I went and started studying for myself, and that's how I came into the knowledge of the Oahspe. And since then, I keep saying to myself, man, I could have missed this. I could have missed it. I could have missed it, man. I got a verse on here. It makes me think of this from time to time. Straight is the gate, narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Now, to me, my spiritual, I always talk about from a young age. I realized that all was vanity from a young age. I just sized up everything at a really young. It was temporary. Everything was temporary. And so that sapped a lot of my motivation. It sapped a lot of my motivation to go after the world. A lot of my motivation was sapped, you know, and you need energy to go after the things of the earth, you know, the riches of the earth, the money of the earth, the good life, that sort of thing, the things, you know, and since since I had that when I came to that realization, it sapped a lot of my energy, and I knew I was in trouble. I knew I was going to be in trouble growing up, man, because I wasn't going to have no desire, no motivation to chase after things that I knew could be here today, gone tomorrow. And so but it was a gift in the sense that it made me want to look for it. Made me, since that time of realizing that there was something more. It's hard to describe. I knew I was going to have to just drag through life. I was just going to have to drag through it and wait until whoever it was that was behind everything that we see, know, hear, and touch and realize. I was going to have to wait on him. I was going to have to wait. I was going to have to wait, just wait, because I couldn't force answers to the things that, you know what I mean? I didn't know what questions to ask. Nobody could tell me what it was that I really wanted to know. I just had to wait. I just had to live. And then religion and spirituality, it seemed to be the closest thing to what I was trying to understand and know. So I had to go down that path. I had to go down Christianity. I had to go down the path of Pentecostalism. I had to go down the path of Hebrew Israelites. I had to go down, I had to walk that road. And then I was just looking on YouTube that day, and I was just I came across Brother Main's video, and he just so happened to be talking about the Oahspe, and it was on then when I started reading it. And it was almost a stumbling block because it was too easy to understand. It was too easy. I thought something had to be wrong, and I became suspicious because I've been deceived before. But it seems that if you meant for this, if you meant for the Creator, it's like you hear your Father's voice. You hear your father, mother's voice, man. And it ain't nothing nobody can do about it. It ain't nothing nobody can do about it. I heard a beep. Does somebody want to come in? Hold on a second. I got to change screens. I haven't been looking at the screen. Hold on. Hey, Nazarene. Good to see you, bro. Oh, Asenad. Yeah, okay. Hey, sis. Let me bring you.
Can you
hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah, same here. I'm so happy you're back.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back, man. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad. How you doing? You want to share? You want to what you been up to? How's your health?
I just want to hop on with you just because this
Hey, your mic sounds like bubble gum. Is there something wrong with your mic? You sound like bubble gum.
No, I'm on my phone, so I don't know. Let me go out and try.
Okay, now that's better. That's better. Try it now. That's good.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah, nope. I just wanted to hop on with you because, you're right. We're dealing with so much. It's so much going on right now, and we can't kind of get sidetracked with it. But we do have to stay focused and keep building each other up because, as you said, a lot of people don't want to hear this right now. A lot of people are going back to like a lot of religions and different things like that. So, yeah, it is true in what you're saying.
You know what? You need, from one thing I've learned, you got to be able to see the Creator every day, man. or at least I do. I got to be able to see him every single day. And to me, that means people. That's just the light that I'm under, where people, I learn a lot from looking and observing people
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
you know, the creator, he speaks about people, a lot about people. And so that's one way that helps me come to truth. And one of the, you know, one of the easiest thing, I mean, it's like I give you like the creator, he talks about, I've been talking about like the leaders that we're under
Hmm.
currently, the leaders that we're under. That's one of the ways I look and learn and keeps me in faith. Now, the creator, he talks about, I always talk about that scripture where he says, only rogues shall inherit your high offices, only rogues.
Yeah.
And
I mean, well, we
nowadays, that
kind
is
of see
more
that.
that's more obvious than ever with the leadership that we're under.
Hmm.
And when I talk to some people, I tell them that the creator, he warned that the leaders that this nation, that were going to be over this nation, I think he was talking about America. The leaders were going to get worse and worse and more corrupt, and it was going to continue all the way, I think, until the kingdom, the kingdom gets established on earth. And it's just one of the strongest witnesses to me that the creator, he knows what he's talking about. Does that make any sense?
Oh, it makes perfect sense. Yeah, I was listening to Ami, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. The brother
Omian?
that Omi, and yeah,
Omian?
yeah, I was listening to some of his older videos today, and it's so like sometimes like you listen, like how you were saying you came out of different religions, and
Mm,
I think all of us have like been in something and we kind of came out of it because it's like half truths, not even some of them aren't even half truths, just like some things we see just don't make sense. But I was listening to like some of his videos, and one thing with the Oahspe I see is that it the the information is timeless. Like it doesn't, so like with the Bible, there's a period, there's a time period that these things are happening, even though people are saying like some of this stuff is still like ongoing prophecy or we're waiting to see things happen. But with Oahspe, it's like everything is still in the present, even though it's like moving through time. Everything is still in the present, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's fluid. It's
Yeah.
contemporary all the time, you know. And
Hmm.
when see the way I compartmentalize it in my mind is I look at our reality from the stand, like the creator, he said he created us from zero. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a baby, they need somebody to help them, and then you start growing. You know, to me, that reminds me of our minds. You know, our consciousness, our spirituality. You know, we start off not knowing nothing, and then we go on and we start to grow and experience, and we start to evolve. And now we're at a time where the Creator says, "Okay, now you know, there's an afterlife." You know there's such a thing as spirituality. You know that I exist. The religions say that, you know, they always point to me and, you know, so now you know that there's such a thing called spirituality. So now you're ready to in essence take the next step and perfect yourself, learning
Yeah.
how to so you know to learn to live with each other from to overcome the vibration that is keeping us from elevating, from resurrecting. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? We're at
It
that point
does.
now where we should be ready to deal with the Satan that's in us. Does that, does
Yeah.
that, Am I making
Yeah.
any sense? It's like we're at
Hmm.
that point now where the creator is saying, okay, now you ready, man. You know good and well what's inside you. You got them tet racks inside you. You know the evil vibration that it comes on you every now and then. And now I'm telling you to deal with it.
I told this guy the other day that I used to listen to Jay-Z like a long time ago, and he has a song. I don't remember the name of it, but he has a verse on the song where he says like nobody designed you, you design yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
then he says like he was saying like some rappers had said they had made him, and he was like, well, if you made me, make another Hove. He called himself Hove. But it made it makes me think like a lot of the elites already know about the Oahspe, because if you look at the way they carried themselves and the way that they lived their lives, it's like they've chosen not the creator. They've chosen almost like that they think they're already gods and they're living their life on that path. So it goes back to what you were saying about when you were young, how you like you weren't reaching out for great things for yourself. um and you, if you would have known like about this book, a lot of times I think like in our spirit we kind of we already have like that knowing in us. So it's like we don't know what it is, and so we do bounce around through a lot of different types of teachings and a lot of different types of religions, and just a lot of different types of things that we go through. But I think all those are their spiritual classes for us here on the earth so that we can continue to ascend and resurrect. That's the way I'm looking at it now. I didn't look at it when I was involved in those religions and things like that, but I look at it like that now.
Yeah, that was nice. That was very well put, man. That was very well put. Hey, Jamia, we got
Hey,
Jamia in
Jamia.
here.
Hey.
How's your baby, Jamia? How old is your child? I haven't seen you around a lot, like at the Wednesday study or anything. I hope you're doing okay. But I love what you said, Asenath. For me, I need to see the big picture. And then once I get a hold of that, then it's all downhill from there. And I was sharing the other day about how I don't know where I read this, but I might have been reading another Faithist book or something. And somebody was saying, another brother was saying that our reality
Oh,
is like an agriculture.
congratulations. He's a little boy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He is 7 months now. Yeah. Congratulations, sis. I hope that
A
he's doing
boy,
okay.
7 months. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I haven't seen you around a lot. I've been from time to time thinking about you, hoping that everything is okay. I haven't seen you in the Wednesday study for a while. Hey, Nazarene, brother. We
Hey,
just chopping it up
Nazarene.
here. If y'all want, hey, the link is in the room, man. This is what I dream for this video, for this channel to be like. You brother, you just come on and then we just start talking. And then the creator, he'll decide what subject to hit to stay on, you know. So this is my dream right here. I got Ace and F, we just talking, and then the spirit will just take it wherever it want the video to go. And so right now we just kind of talking about the course of life and how we got to where we are right now. And once you have that big picture and the creator, he give you that big picture, and then you can you can properly prioritize life and know what's real, what's important, and what's not. And we in a situation right now where the darkness is thick, man. I'm telling you, we must be. I was reading where the creator, he said that depending on your spiritual grade, when we go through AG or Gia, those spiritually dense areas, People who have resurrection grade, they get they separate more and more from lower grades. Does that make any sense, Ace and Ath?
Yeah, it does. Because again, Amian's video I was watching today was sort of something about like that because I
I think
watched
he's going to start helping me co-host my program.
that. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, because it was like one of his videos he was talking about. It was like hell angels or something, and he got on this subject on the video about we're taught like hell is for us and or souls and people when they die through the Bible, but I think the way he broke it down, it was like these fallen angels, I guess, would be like the ones who are rebelling against their creator. It was created for them. And
Mm, mm,
yeah, and so then he was saying like some of the angels, the good ones, were being sent to help them to resurrect them out of it. So, but
mm,
we're taught like that they're that we go to hell when we're bad or things like that. But it was so
mm-hmm,
interesting
mm-hmm.
because it
That's
just it made
nice. Yeah.
yeah, it was like it was really interesting because and
He
I
shows you a
actually put it on
different
my
perspective.
playlist.
The words can make you can lead you to think one thing, but then
Hmm.
he that's a Gemini for you. They good like that. They
Yeah,
if you notice, they can show you different messages and words. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like I
oh
give you an
yeah, yeah,
example.
yeah. Oh yeah, my brother and my son is a Gemini, so yep, I understand. Yep.
I give you an example. Like there's a movie called Leaving Las Vegas
Mhm. Mhm.
with Nicolas Cage, and there's one scene where he's at the hotel, and at this time he was a flaming drunk.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
I've seen that movie before.
you never seen it?
I think I did. I seen it early
It's
on.
pretty good, man.
Yeah.
And he was at this motel and he was checking in, and the um what do you call it? The where they put the information, like the pricing information,
Mhm.
the banner, the caption or whatever that tells you the prices and stuff. Well, he looked up, and the sign said the whole year in, and you could think like, well, it's talking about the whole year in. The price is this stays the same, right? And
Mhm.
then he looked at it again, and it said the whole year in, like. It was talking about how you're a drunk and you got problems. You're in a hole, you know. But
Yeah.
and a Gemini, that's like a Gemini thing. They can they can see words differently. It almost seemed like, but
Mhm.
that's his gift. He's got a good. I hope he helps me co-host, man, because we will blow it up. Because me and him, we really click. Have you ever
That's
seen
good
that?
news.
Have you ever seen that that video 30 years among the dead? Ace and F.
So
You breaking up.
can you hear me better?
Yeah, that's a little better. I'm gonna bring it up on screen while you sharing. I think we lost you. Still there? I think we might have lost you. Okay. Wait for her to come back. Um it's a Jamia, it's a video. I think it's a video. I'm going to bring it up on the screen here. And I'm telling you, man, you got to listen to this. You got to listen to this video because it's a guy. He spent 30 years. I think he's like a psychoanalyst, and he spent 30 years. His wife was a spirits could channel through his wife. He was a psychoanalyst, and he spent 30 years interfacing with spirits of the dead. I'm getting ready to bring it up. Just bear with me. Wait till Ace and Ath gets back. Okay, so Jumia, you know about it. And what it is here it is right here. What it is a video account of what he went through. And basically, the reason why I'm even talking about this is because the creator, he said that when the cosmic era hit, he was going to let the spirits interface with mortals. He was going to let the spirits reveal and manifest themselves to mortals. And that's why if you did like a search, yeah, very informative, because it's giving you a glimpse into what spirits that have passed on, what they're going through. Some of them, they still bound to religion. Some of them get delivered. This psychoanalyst, he shows you what he does is he documents his case study of things that he went through, allowing his wife, spirits to channel through his wife. And when you listen to it, the spirits have a dialogue with this psychoanalyst doctor. And it helps you. The reason, I'm talking about it is because it helped bring the spiritual to the earthly. We as faithists, we have a interest. We have an abnormal interest in our spiritual side. We know that we, above all people, we seem to have this vibration on us to both know about the unseen and the spiritual, and to live according to what's a good word for she's back. Ace and Ass is back. The creators seem to have given us a above
Can you guys hear
average.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I don't know what happened.
I was just commenting on 30 Years Among the Dead, that book. I think I got it on screen here.
Yeah, I see it.
And it helps you gain perspective, man. Have you seen it, Ace?
So I was listening to the audiobook on YouTube about the guy and his wife. She was channeling these spirits, and but I think like this one spirit was following her around, or he didn't realize he was dead. He thought this lady was bothering him some kind of way. But it's really interesting.
Yeah, it's like the thing that struck me was a lot of them didn't know they were dead.
It's like the movie The Sixth Sense.
I never seen that.
With Bruce Willis. So in the movie, in the very first beginning of the movie, he gets killed he's a psychiatrist, and one of his patients break in his house and shoots him. So they don't tell you like anything after that. You just see him fall back on his bed after the guy shoots him. Well, it picks up with him going to, it looks like he's going to a job, and he's um taking care of a child, like a kid. He's at the child's house, and the mom is talking to the kid, and he's sitting in the living room. So throughout the whole movie, he's following the child around and trying to figure out what's wrong with the kid. But towards the end, the kid, and he's seeing like stuff, and the child is seeing stuff. But towards the end of the movie, the kid, he asked the kid something, and I don't remember what he asked him, but he said he says, I see dead people. And he said, and sometimes they don't know they're dead. And when he said that, Bruce Willis started having like this memory of what happened to him, and he was dead, and he was following the kid around because the kid was the only one who could see him and was able to help him to get I guess like to cross over. So that's what that book sounds like to me when I was listening to it. I didn't get to finish it. I only got halfway through it though.
Yeah, I love that book. I mean, that helps keep it real. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I mean, the things them spirits was saying, like, what do you mean I'm dead? I'm not dead. And just the fact that they had their consciousness.
Yeah.
And then there were some who were, you know, I love it here. I'm so happy now. And they giving you a picture
But
of what.
it was weird because the one guy, he was saying like the lady was eating too much. He was saying she was eating too much and gaining too much weight, and I guess it was like too much. It was too much for him, and it's weird because it's like you realize like some people have addictions and things, and you wonder like, well, where did these things come from? And
Hmm.
and I hear a lot of people will say things like, I used to, they might be like, I used to smoke a lot, or I used to um eat a lot of junk food or something, alcohol, and I went on this fast. And when I went on the fast, it now I don't, I don't have that desire anymore. And I think like because it they're tethered to certain people, and that
Hmm.
fast breaks it.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I got to listen to it again because I was captivated. I think I went through the whole series, and it's like 11 hours of video, and I
Yeah,
think
it's
I
just
made it
long.
through almost all of it at one sitting. But I mean, that's the thing about the Oahspe. I mean, the creator is pretty consistent, man. You know, in trying to tell you about spiritual realities after we leave the earth. I mean, how spirits keep their consciousness, they keep their allegiance to false gods.
It
Don't
it
know that
makes you
they.
think about homeless people though, because you sometimes you see a lot of them talking to themselves, and they move around a lot, like they're transients. And
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
spirit was making this lady travel. She would get on trains and car like places and end up places, and she didn't know why she was doing it, but the spirit was thinking like she was leaving her home, taking him away from his home, and he wanted to go back home, so he would make her go places. And you look at like a lot of homeless people, they'll do that. They travel, 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 and they don't have like a destination, or sometimes like they're just talking to themselves. That book really like it's a real.
That is pretty tight. That's pretty tight explanation, because right here in Tucson, where I live now,
Hmm.
it's nothing but homeless people. I'm at that part where it's a lot of homeless people.
Hmm.
And I recently recall reading the creators he saying about how Druges, these are people under the influences of Druges,
Yeah, yeah.
Druges influencing them to be aimless like that.
Hmm.
Wander, it's like wandering spirits is what they remind me of. That's just what they look like. They just wander from here to there.
Yeah.
No place to go.
Yeah, and
That's
that
the
that
only.
book made me think of that. Like it made me think of homeless people because that if you watch them, um, they're kind of that's what they kind of do, and they're always talking to themselves. Like, but they're to
Hmm,
us,
hmm. Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
like are they're really talking to somebody? Like we think they're talking to themselves.
But the thing that's a killer, man, is that they cannot find the creator. They can't find. I mean, it seems to me, now I could be wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, man. But the creator seems to have put us in a place to be able to find him. I mean, it seems like you got to be ready for this. Does that make any sense? You know what I'm saying? I
It
mean,
does make sense. It well,
it's,
I'll tell you
I,
this. This it's a there's a scripture in the Bible that it says that he's going to lock up the spirits, and after many days he will visit them. And when I read that, I didn't think of a false god. I thought
wait a minute. Now
of
say it again. Say it again because I'm ready to bring it up.
okay, so it's in the Old Testament, and it says after many days he's it says they're in prison, and after many days, I don't know it like verbatim, but after
Okay,
many
so
days,
that that will probably be in the scripture then after many days, right?
yeah, after or I will visit them after many days, or and I will
Oh,
visit
wait a
them.
minute. I remember that slightly.
But when I read it, I said this. So this is like not a false God talking, but God, the Son of Jehovah, is talking here. And I say that because when I read it, I feel like a lot of a lot of what so if you ever seen that movie Ghost when Whoopi Goldberg was trying to channel and the spirits was like bumping each other out of her so that they could get their turn to talk and a lot
Yeah.
of yeah, so it's like some of the spirits that are still here came back to help, but some are here because they're bound here because they're still stuck to the earth. They haven't ascended. They don't want to leave. So they want to continue to experience like fleshly things, if that makes sense, which is
Mm-hmm.
why
Mm-hmm.
homeless people
Mm-hmm.
are there. Yes. Yes, that's it right there. So they're like in this pit, which would be the earth, shut up in prison, and after many days they will be visited. It's because I feel like they want to continue to use these people who are vulnerable mentally, physically, emotionally, to get to experience what it is they're trying to hang on to, and that's why a lot of like a lot of mental asylums was built in the early 1800s because something spiritual happened when the Oahspe was released on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
it, it's like simultaneously when the Oahspe came out during the 1800s, it was during the time that they a lot of mental institutions
Hey, there's Omian.
I don't know what that is that I'm trying to say about the mental institutions, but they came like hand in hand. Uh,
We got Omian in here.
hey, Omi, I was just talking about you.
Yeah, go ahead, sis.
Yeah, no. So I was thinking because I think at that time psychiatry didn't understand what was happening as far as the spiritual realm and the matter, flesh and blood, what was taking place on the earth. So they were just locking people up and putting them in these mental institutions and giving them like shock therapy, trying to drive out what they thought was wrong with them, but it was really like these druges that was on these people.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, that makes me think of why meat eating is so important, you know. not to do it.
Yeah, because it's definitely something tied to that, um, to eating meat and hearing the creator's voice. Because a lot of people that you will talk to, they will tell you before they stop eating meat, they didn't dream or they didn't remember their dreams. But once you stop eating meat, your dreams become more lucid.
I was talking to somebody the other day, just the other day. He was asking me about the Oahspe. And I said, man, look, I said, just go, just go, just ask AI, you know, because he had me going back and forth with him for a long time. And I said, look, man, you know, instead of me going back and forth with you, man, why don't you just go on AI and ask any questions you want about it, And then he did it. And then he came back and then he said, no, this ain't for me, man. He said, I just love meat too much.
Hmm. It's a lot of
And
people. My sister is like that. She
I've had a few people tell me that.
me and my sister, we had stopped eating meat around the same time, and then I don't know what happened. I was talking to her about something. She was like, she was making her a bacon sandwich. I was like, what? She was like, yeah. She was like, God will forgive me. He knows I need this. I'm like, oh my goodness.
See, that's
Are you
another thing,
serious?
man. When I talk now, and I get a chance to share the light,
Hmm.
and I impress upon people. Look, man, you know, the Creator, He doesn't go back and forth with you, man. He just lays it out and He tells you how you can resurrect. And I mean, everybody's going to resurrect anyway, but there's something, you don't know the I like to try to point out that there's consequences, man. You know,
It's like
there are
in the
consequences
Bible.
that, huh?
It's a scripture in the Bible where he says that they will be eating their children, their sons and daughters. And when I used to read that, I didn't. He said Israel would be eating their children. I didn't.
Try to quote something from the verse.
Um, it's I think he just says like you'll be eating your sons and daughters. You'll. It's like their rebellion. They're going to be eating their own kids. So,
Now,
but
what do you think that means?
so when I first read it, I really thought like, this is this is like metaphorically.
Hmm.
But when
Hmm.
I read it again, I started thinking, no, this is real because you had to think like
You know
we're the
what? Now
we're the
let
create.
me now see now you make me think of. You know what? You've heard about the Epstein files, haven't you?
Yes.
Do you know that those accusations have been made?
But see that this is where I was going with this. So this is not anything new. Like this has been going on since the beginning of time. And for him to say like they would be eating their sons and daughters, it made me think about like when we eat animals, like our animals are like our siblings to a degree because they're the creator's creation. So they're
Now let me see. Now try to give me something. You said they will be eating their try try to
just
quote
type in
something a little
type
bit.
in just say Old Testament, you'll eat your son, you'll eat your daughter, your sons, you'll eat your sons. Because it might pull up the scripture about King Solomon. When I said King, I tell people King Solomon was stupid because people always talk about his wisdom because he made the difference between the two ladies with the baby, which one was the right mother. I said, yeah, but he didn't judge that they had eaten the other child. He only said that she was the right mom, but they ate
Oh,
the
I
other
remember
baby.
that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what they were arguing about.
Yep,
Cause
that's
she said we
right.
boiled and ate
We
my son
boiled my
last
son
night.
and we ate him.
Yeah.
Now it's time
So
for you to cough yours up.
so he figured out who the correct mom was, but the tragedy was you guys ate a baby and nobody said anything about it. So Solomon wasn't too wise. But yeah, but throughout the Bible, throughout time, there is the God in the Bible who is there's two gods in the Bible, in the beginning of the Bible. The first one is God, and then there's the Lord. And the Lord is always in opposition to Israel for eating children, for sacrificing children, for raping children, for setting them on fire, like to sacrificing them to the Canaanite gods. So when I
Mm,
read that, because sometimes it'll say like a lamb or a, a goat, but then if you look at those words in Hebrew and in Greek, they're children. They're like, that's why people call children kids, because it came from there. Like a kid is a baby goat, but when it's saying like the Lamb of God, like these are children that's being eaten.
mm,
Um, so when you look at like the Epstein files and stuff like that,
mm.
this is something that has been traditionally been going on forever, and these kids, like a lot of places, like what do you call 'em, like orphan homes and things like that. These things started like back in the 1800s when they did like a massive wiping of adult people and repopulated cities with the orphan trains. And some of these children, I've always felt they were being bred for food.
Man, that's something I just cannot get my mind around how that really, really happens.
Yeah.
You know.
So but you read that scripture where he says, I will ask back the blood from every man, from every beast. I will ask back the blood because, and I think that's the creator's law. That's not a false God's law. Like that's the creator's law because
What's the creator's law?
of asking, that blood for blood. Like, you shouldn't kill. That's why it does, because people say, well, it says don't kill people, but that commandment in the Bible says thou shalt not kill. It doesn't say what you shouldn't kill. So it's,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
that's a good point. That's a good point too. You know. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard. The things that I'm hearing that are coming out now about what the elite do, I just I
it's
just
like, but
cannot I just can't believe it, you know. But then when you see the way it's so easy to kill and to murder in this reality, then I don't think that evil is anything is beneath evil, you know. But it seems like the cr- that this is your final hurrah for the kingdom of man right now. If you ask me, I think he's saying this is your final hurrah. I think now last year I showed a map from Radiance Anthology, and it showed the light continually rising. It showed it rising. I'm gonna find that map. I'm gonna bring it out again, the one in Radiance Anthology,
mhm.
and they was telling us this is how it's gonna go up until the 2049 harvest or the 2049 end of the 200-year cycle. And that line kept rising up, up, and up. And I thought it meant that it was going to be a decrease in earthly hostilities. That's how I read it. But now I think it was saying it's going to be a increase in receptivity to the light. Now I could be wrong, and I think that the creator is going to bring it about by the conflict he's going to bring on the earth to cause people to abandon false gods and religion.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know. I
believe
could be wrong, but
no, I
it's just
believe it. I do because I think that's part of, and you must know, like, with every holy book, the elites of course change it and try to modify it so that it says what they want it to say. But in every bit of knowledge that was given to man, it's got to be some truth in it. Like, he makes sure that we get some truth. So even in the Bible, there is some truth there. And I think about what you were just saying about how you were looking at how it rises and rises. Well, when you read the Bible, like, a lot of people will talk about, oh, it was the great flood and it was because God was flooding the giants and stuff. It doesn't say that. It says man was wicked. So,
hmm
and so man was who that flood was aimed after. It wasn't the giants and these things like that. And then it talks about man being wicked from the start. So whoever these false gods are, they're warring always against man. That Bible is
now I don't know
about,
about now. If I mean, I don't know about that. I have to think on that about man being wicked from the start. It may very well be true, but
well, no,
I
it's not true. That's what I'm saying. Like, the
oh
people
okay
take that
okay
Bible
okay
and
because I
read
was
it.
thinking yeah
No, people read the Bible and they think like that this is something like for us, our liberation. Is not for us. It's not it's not to vindicate us. It's to vindicate them, because everything in the Bible, even the God of Israel, he was killing all of the males. He was having all the men go to war so that they could be killed. Um, and he was bringing tribes of families up against each other so that they could be destroyed. So it's a running theme throughout the Bible of humanity being destroyed by mankind. Like, man was being destroyed by a kind of man. So that's what we're facing now when you look at things like um the Epstein files. Like, who are these people? Because they're not something created with love in them, because they couldn't do that if they was of the creator. They couldn't. How could you hurt a child, like a little baby, like that, first of all?
yeah yeah
And then these people are not just killing and eating these children, like they're molesting them, they're raping them, like they're bragging about. They call them pizza parties, but we know pizza meant Pizzagate. It was like
hmm
a pedophile
hmm
ring. So you see Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston, um, what's the guy?
Hey, Snaps, let me stop you for a second. Jamia's asking me a question.
Oh,
I'm gonna
go ahead.
do I'm gonna do Tuesdays and Fridays, Jamia. I'm gonna do Tuesdays and Fridays at this time. Plan is for me to do Tuesdays and Fridays. So yeah, go ahead, A Snap. Yeah,
No,
I yeah,
no,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. That was it. I was just rambling because I was just thinking,
I
like, yeah,
it just says to me, man, we in a situation, you know, we are really in a situation when I mean when you get to the children and they're not off limits as so far as the evil that can come upon them. It make me think of it just make me think of what of the what these people who do these type of things, what they will face. I just, when they cross over, that the retribution, you know,
yeah. I,
that they have to come under.
I was Man's video that I was listening to today. It kind of touched on that because he said something on there. And I don't remember which video it was. It's one of his older ones, but it touched on people who have killed someone, and he said that person's spirit would be waiting for you when
Yeah,
you,
I remember that.
yeah.
Hmm.
So just think
Hmm.
of that, like how many people, if you were in war with somebody and you took a lot of lives, like what you're gonna be like, how do you even deal with that? It's like, do you
Hmm.
even realize this?
Yeah, it makes me think of Netanyahu, and he's under a Druze.
I
He
think
is certainly
all
under a spirit.
all of our leaders are, they have to be, because they're in these powerful
Yeah,
positions.
I'm just pointing him out because he's near the top, man. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I mean, I think the creator is allowing the world. I don't think we've seen this type of evil in the world, certainly not the past 3 or 4 generations, as what we're seeing now. And I have to think we're coming up on 2049, the end of a 200-year cycle. I can't
Mhm.
say what will become, what will happen between now and then, but what do you think?
It's I don't know. I can't even speculate, because there's so many things that we're learning because of the internet, and they're trying to um stop certain channels from getting certain information out, but it's still
Yeah, the
going
truth
forth.
is, yeah,
Yep.
it's
And
certainly under attack.
and the creator said that he would, he has to reveal stuff, because sometimes it's like we will continue to be a part of things and we don't get true knowledge about it. And one thing about him, he cannot lie, and he
Hmm.
cannot be, he the creator can't lie, and he cannot be disingenuous. So he's going to make sure that at the right time, he to me it looks like he knows a great harvest of these false gods is about to take place, and he
Hmm.
is trying to steer everything back to him during that time before it happens. That's what I think is taking place right now.
Now, you mean in the spiritual, right? To the second resurrection.
Yes, yes.
Do you think that those who are living now, the faithists who are living now, who have a high enough resurrection grade, because from what I understand, you have to be above 33. That's resurrection grade, isn't it?
It's
33?
well, that's why
33
that
is
number,
resurrection grade, right?
is so big with the elite 33. That number is
Hmm.
so huge with them, because it's
Hmm.
so hard to get to that grade. It's so hard to
I mean,
for
though,
somebody who,
I wonder though, because that's a third of the time serving others.
well, but do they? I mean, they really serve themselves. They didn't amass all the land, the money, the
I mean, but
the
let me,
wealth of the world.
but, but, let me. I mean, the harvest is something spiritual, isn't that?
Well,
Like, do you think? I mean, I don't know. I can't. I mean, people who are 30. I mean, say, let me paint a picture, and then you tell me what you think. People who, um, people who are, I mean, resurrection grade, from what I understand. Hey, Omian, if you're in the room, correct me if I'm wrong. Resurrection grade is 33 and above, from what I understand. Now, does that mean that brethren who are resurrection grade right now, and they pass on in resurrection grade above 33, that in 2049 at the harvest, they make the harvest? Do you think that's the way it goes? Or do brethren who are um, resurrection grades have to spend a amount of time in the first resurrection? Am I making any sense? Does that make any
it
sense?
it makes
I'm
sense, but
asking,
it's
like
like
in
one of your older
2049.
video. It's like one of your older videos where you, and so Omia said no, they don't.
Oh, okay.
Because I was
Hey,
about to.
Omi, and if you want, click on the link. Come on, man. If you can, go ahead, ASAP. I mean, I understand that we have to spend a certain amount of time. Well, I mean, 2049, it's like the 200-year cycle, and there's a harvest, and I was wondering if brethren who are resurrection grade now, let's say you get a brother, he passes on in 2047, and then 2040 he was resurrection grade. He was 33 and above. Then does that mean he's 2 years in the first resurrection and then he goes into, whereas it would take longer for a brother or sister who crosses. But then again, the resurrection for us is different than it would be for a Uzian or, from what I understand, that brethren who cross over as faithists, that they go to a different first resurrection, so to speak, a resurrection that is not, it doesn't, the dark, dense areas, they don't go to these types of places in their resurrection. Do you understand what I'm saying? Am I making any sense?
Yeah, you're making sense. But Omnia says for 2049 is for people already in heaven who are in third heaven. So they get harvested.
Okay. Now I have to study that, because I thought that was second resurrection going into the third resurrection. So
Yep,
I have
Jamia,
to
yep,
check
you
that
were on
out.
point though. Yep, you both had it. Yep.
No. He said, I believe the harvest
No, I said
is.
Jamia she said it too, but Omnia put it in first.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. He said 2049 is for people already in heaven who are in the third heaven. I don't know if I agree with that. I understood it that people who are second resurrection go to the Ethereal realm and the harvest.
Yeah, no, because Dave said that too, Yaquab, on your video. I was watching one of your older videos with Dave, and you guys were talking about the resurrection. He was saying something like about there's a different resurrection for people who are parents because they want to stay, I think like the
Nice.
two, it's like
Yeah, that's
200
right. I
years or
remember.
something, because they want to stay and make sure their family is
Yeah, that's good.
yeah. So it's different levels, and that's why that's why I circled back to when I said the
Yeah,
30
that's right.
33
That's right. Yeah,
the
that's a
33
good.
degrees with the Masons,
Hmm.
because they know, like, spiritually their resurrections are for, like, not far as the Oahspe. Theirs is going to like the Citra Octra. It's like the flip side of so they have this thing, like they believe the more evil they do, the faster they'll be resurrected into being more powerful. So that's why they do like a lot of evil things.
Now run that by me again. I never heard that one before. What you're saying, that this is the way the Uzians think,
No,
that the way to
no.
resurrection is through the
Well,
evil that they do.
so they think, they feel like the more they're purging, like if they, it's like they purge, like if the more evil that they could do,
Hmm.
then and that's why the Jews, they believe, like the Jewish people believe, like they have to ascend through works up through the tree of Kabbalah, the Kabbalah tree,
Hmm.
um, through works. So they almost have like the same mindset like the Oahspe, like Satan is within, you're fighting your demons within. The 72 uh names of God is the 72 demons of Solomon that you're fighting to overcome as you move through the tree of Kabbalah. So
Hmm.
that's how they believe, like the more evil you do, then
Hmm.
you're fighting, you're becoming stronger to be able to overcome these things.
So that's what they believe, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what Kabbalah teaches, huh?
Well, it teaches now the Cabal and how they, so
Knowledge is salvation, which is true. in a
Well,
sense,
yeah,
you know, but
but
there's
no.
different types of knowledge.
So when they say faith without works, it's like, how can you be tested on something that you never did? So they feel like they must do everything to be tested on it to see if they can overcome it, if they could do it. But then there's also the dark side of them, who the
So
ones.
what they don't name their God. They say the name, you know.
Well, Hashem
So
is
yeah,
is
yeah.
is Hava is Havaya, Havaya, but they don't pronounce it
How
because
you
they
mean like how hallelujah?
no Hava. So it's
Mm-hmm.
Hava. Hava. Hava is the feminine aspect, and Yah is Yah. So that's the male aspect. So it's Hava Yah.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't pronounce it because they feel like it's disrespectful to be able to say the name. So they call him Hashem, or
Mm-hmm.
call it Hashem because it's a divine male female.
Mm-hmm.
So that is like the
I mean, that's
it,
right, you know. I
well,
mean,
it's
the
who sits
creator,
above the
I
Ein
mean,
Sof. So it's the Ein Sof, and then it's so Havayah sits at the top. Then it's the Ein Sof. Then it's the Adonai, um, coming down the tree of life to. Then it ascends
mhm.
all the way down
Yeah,
to
see, that's confusion, man. You know,
yeah.
that's confusion.
It's got a lot in there,
That's
but
confusion. See, you know, that's one of the reasons why I named the title of this video, The World Can't Find the Creator,
hmm
you know, because in man's quest to educate himself and to love knowledge, it's like it's how can you know they love a earthly type of knowledge. They love a man, he loves a dark type of knowledge. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying. It's a knowledge that leads downward.
yeah.
And then you got he the Oahspe, the creator says he talks about the structure of our reality. He says first you create laws and then you write books to explain the laws, and then you have lawyers to explain the books, you know.
What so you gotta remember, like, their what they believe and what they do is not, it's not the ascension to the creator. So they're on a path of ascending to their own power. They're like the angels who rebelled against the creator and who wanted to build their own heavens. So when they're talking, they know that they're under those vibrations, but they want the worldly power. They want the power to be able to be the leaders and the rulers of the world. That order out of chaos is what their goals are.
So they are under a Drugian god,
Yeah.
unnamed,
Yes.
under some offshoot of Luamon.
Probably so much more than that, because this is something
No, I
that's
mean because they were judged.
well,
Luamon, you know,
I'm saying
Gabriel,
probably so much
the
more than that, because what they are under is something that has to do with a spirit that's running AI. If that even makes sense to you.
it sounds plausible. It sounds plausible. I mean, I think the creator, I think the AI is both good and bad. It depends
It's
on
the tree
the
of good and bad.
vibration.
It
It
of
depends on
course
the vibration you're under as to how
it's
you use it. You know,
AI is
AI
the tree
is
of good
great.
and bad.
It's
AI
great.
is definitely the tree of good and bad. It's
It's
just
it's
like the internet. If www, when you put in a website www,
mhm.
so www in Hebrew would be vav vav vav, which is 666. So
Mm-hmm.
that that would be what they equate to the mark of the beast, because it gives you knowledge. Um, but it's also like the tree of good and bad, where you can get good things from it. And like you said, it depends on what you do. You could use a fork to eat, you could use a fork to stab somebody,
Mm-hmm.
you could use fire to cook, or you could use fire to kill somebody. So it's always that dualistic black and white checkerboard thing that we're dealing with right now with that situation. And the
Mm-hmm.
Oahspe kind of springboards us around all of that, gives us like more information how to deal
Mm-hmm.
with the creator, instead of going through these false gods and the
Mm-hmm.
mechanisms that they've set up as entrapments.
Mm-hmm. And that's what's going to, that's one reason why I have that the world can't find the creator, because it's like the vibration that you're under is going to determine how you use things like AI. And AI is excellent at falsifying reality. It's excellent at that. And a lot of times I like to drop in on Twitter and listen to these people discuss their reality, and the creator is nowhere to be found.
No.
The creator is nowhere, and they get on there and they talk about God. They talk about what they say is evil. They talk about other religions. They talk about everything other, and then other than what they talk about everything other than what they should be talking about, which is, what does all this mean in the spiritual sense?
Well, they don't
Nobody has
care.
nobody
They
has
they
any
don't.
answers. Nobody talks about anything eternal. And then if you try, it's just like the scriptures say. They will pick up stones and stone you.
Well,
You know,
they don't
them dogs
care.
will tear you apart. And so, that's where we live. And it's the most amazing thing. Yet, when you talk to people, when I talk to people, the logic of the Oahspe is nearly irrefutable. All the precepts are good for everybody. Yet, it's just like what the creator says. Well, not the creator, but in the Bible itself, talking about where it says people, they will not be able to hear sound doctrine. That's the time we're in.
Well, because they don't care, because what they're looking for is they're looking. So everybody that's under those vibrations, they feel like they're under that what's his name, Alex Crawley.
Crowley, Aleister
Crowley.
Crowley.
Alistair Crowley, yeah. They're under his vibration of do as thou wilt, like do what you
That's
want.
amazing, ain't it?
Yeah, it's because they feel like they already have a ticket to paradise. They got their free ticket, two tickets to paradise, because they feel Jesus has go out and do everything you want to do, and just Jesus is going to wipe you on the end, and swipe your card and you're free.
And you
So
know what? That is one hell of a deal not to take for the world. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Christianity is a hell of a deal
yeah,
not to
because
take,
imagine if you really
where
gotta
you
be
can charge it to
accountable.
somebody else's credit card.
Yeah. So imagine if you really got to be accountable for spending your own money, you're going to watch it a little better. You're going to make
Mm-hmm.
sure you know what you're spending it on and how this is
Mm-hmm.
going to turn out. But like you said, if I give you an unlimited card, unlimited platinum black card, you just going to
Mm-hmm.
go wild on it. So these
Mm-hmm.
people
Mm-hmm.
they're under that vibration, and that's what you see on Twitter and everywhere else, because
Mm-hmm.
they'll
Hey, Yogi.
they'll scream their heads off at you and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, man, the way I perceive what's going on with us, at least the impression, the vibration that the creator has me under is, I just really seem to learn a lot by looking at what the creator talks, what he has to say about. Basically, he makes it easy. The creator makes it easy. Number one, he calls you to save yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, take responsibility. In the world, they'll teach the same thing, but when it comes to spirituality, it's something totally different. You don't take responsibility,
No, because
you
they
know?
don't have to. Why do I have
It
to take
may,
responsibility when I got somebody who already paid for all of this for me?
that's the yeah, that's the biggest thing that I see in our reality, you know, and why it makes the creator, why it makes the Oahspe such a stumbling block, because you get called to responsibility.
And
And
that's, believe it or not, that's why the Jewish people are the most powerful people on the planet, because they refuse a savior. They refuse it. And they've and that's, even though like their route is wrong, but
mhm,
because they realize it's only one, echad, they call it, echad means one in Hebrew. They
mhm,
realize it, they don't deviate from that, and that's just their plan. This is why there's no drujas, there's no false gods that can really do anything to them, because they haven't come under a covenant with that type of relationship with these gods.
mhm, mhm. That's amazing. I mean, it's amazing. The whole thing is just amazing. It's just really amazing that of the simplicity of everything and how far away we've gotten from it. Meaning, we're here. At some point, you should learn that the creator, his plan is for us to evolve into something much better than we could ever that we ever could have imagined.
But it's like, if you know you're not, if you know that you're never going to inherit your father's money, and if you're
Mhm,
an evil person, you're going to make sure your siblings don't inherit it either. And so that's what these false gods and druges are doing. They're,
mhm.
and it's up to us to make sure that
Now
we,
that is another good point, man.
yeah.
That's
So it's,
another good point, and that to me that helps explain the actions of our reality.
hmm,
It helps a lot to explain how, like, with what's going on now, how perpetual wars between black, brown, and white people, how
everything.
if I can't have it, you can't have it either.
Hmm.
That explains a lot. Druges are not in the resurrection vibration, so they don't want nobody else to
Yep.
be in a resurrection vibration. And they influence mortals, and so we have what we have now. But
Hmm.
the creator, he's the only man. You got to just shake your head, because I'm telling you, man, he, as you well know, is the only one that can break the power of a false god. In order to believe this, to walk in this light, that power has got to be broken, man.
Yeah.
It's simple as that,
But
And and
he'll give it to you. He will definitely give it to you, because
yeah.
if, no matter what vibration you're under, it's just like how you said you were under, like the Hebrew Israelites. I remember when I was under them, but it's like certain things just didn't make sense. Like, how are you guys okay with saying we need to go out and kill white people, or one day we're gonna kill all the people on the planet and take, that's evil. Like, I don't care what, they did it to our ancestors, or it just, to me, that kind of stuff right there was saying like something's wrong here.
Yeah, I was under the same doubt even when I was Hebrew Israelite. The one thing that I had problem with is, I guess you might say, the law of one. my
Mm-hmm.
own law of one, how
Mm-hmm.
everything has a common beginning, a source. And so
Yeah. To
then
do it
you're
as
looking
thou
at the
wilt.
world. I break things down into earthly analogies, like children come from their parents. Yet I don't
Mm-hmm.
know of, I mean, I'm sure there are in the world where some parent might kill their children, but it's certainly the exception and not the rule, by far.
Yeah.
And that parents love their children. I mean, that's what I used to think. That's how I used to think when I was under the Hebrew Israelites. That's the vibration I
Mm-hmm.
was under. So how is it that we can justify? How is it that we can, preach how, exclusivity when you can't make that argument in the world? You really can't. You know, the only thing that's different about us is color, really. And so
Yeah.
that one little truth, I think, is what helped to eventually, well, I had to get exposed to the light too, just like everybody else. I had to get exposed to it. And then the creator, you know, using whatever mindset or vibration you're under can turn that around no matter what your understanding is on whatever. The creator had to break that spirit, because unless he does, then you will just justify it.
Oh yeah.
You'll
Definitely.
justify it, man. I'm telling you, that's one of the big problems in the world, is that people can justify, they will justify their unbelief, their darkness, and it's the creator. If he doesn't break that spirit, man, if you don't break it, then there's nobody else that's going to break it. So I mean, we are really fortunate that you know,
Many are called and few are chosen.
when you're called, few are chosen.
And that's why it's certain people that will hear what we're talking about, and
Mhm,
they'll say mm-mm, because they're not ready to ascend. Some people don't want to ascend. Some people love their
mhm,
lives under these religions. They love the benefits of it. They love the emotional aspect that they get from it. They love the
mhm.
community of it.
The
So
pull of the earth is pretty strong, man. You know,
yeah,
I'm telling you,
yeah.
the
If
things
you're
that we
not
go
ready to
through,
let go
like,
of everything, that's why they hold on, because they're looking to carry over everything that they have in their religions.
mhm,
They don't that mindset of you can't take it with you, it doesn't resonate with them. They think that, oh well, we're just going to carry this on over into whatever we're going into.
mhm. That's a real vibration, and that's something that I take note of every day, and then that keeps me running. That keeps me running towards the light. Is that mindset where all there is here and now,
Hmm.
is probably one of the strongest influences for me to take off the self, the flesh, to do battle against the tetracts, against the
Yeah.
personal Satan.
Hmm.
Because the pull of the earth, man, it's just the most amazing thing I'll ever see. And it's a strong,
It's like how you're saying that, like how we look at them and say, like, why is that so important to you? Why can't you hear the voice of the creator? So
Mhm,
imagine they're on the other side looking at you saying, like,
mhm,
why are you going into what you're into, and why aren't you still
mhm,
following
mhm.
me?
It's a perfect setup, because our reality is a Mexican standoff. you know, it's a Mexican standoff, man. You know, who's going to drop their gun first? You know, and then another thing that comes to my mind is what the creator said. False gods put their slaves through, what they put their people through. You remember
Yeah,
New
yeah.
Oahspe, where he talks about, like, who was it? I think it was Osiris the False, and how they had to crawl on their bellies like every so far, and then you had to say a prayer, you know, and then you had to keep crawling some more, you know,
And that's
and
Omian's video where he was talking about what the one of the hells were, how these false gods were putting other angels in
hmm
hell and
hmm
doing stuff like that. So, but it kind of goes back to what you were saying, like when you read the Bible and people are okay with saying, well, we need to take the land and rape the women and dash the children's heads against the rocks, like, and you're okay with that. Well, they, like you said, they'll make up anything to cover it, because I've heard people say, well, they weren't really people, they were monsters, and they were this or that. Well, I mean, if if
hmm
they if they got Jehovah's blood in them, I don't know, or something he created, I
hmm
don't know if that gives us a right to say it's up to us to take their life.
hmm hmm
Like, I'm the person, like, I hate bugs, but I'm always like shooing flies out the door, like, get out, I don't want to kill you.
See, check this out. In the name of Jehovah, peace to you. These brothers trying to make peace. To which Davius replied, no, in the name of Apollo, who I am, how dare you approach except to crawl on your belly for 400 years?
Hmm.
No, oh, wait a minute. I read it wrong. It says,
Put it
how
on the
dare you?
screen. Put it on the screen, Yakwa.
Oh, it should be on the screen, isn't
No,
it?
we have a Bible scripture up there about the ones who ate the baby.
No, it shouldn't be on there.
I don't see it.
Are you
Oh,
sure?
I see it now. Okay. Oh, my
Okay.
phone's kind of slow.
In the name of Jehovah, peace. In the name of Jehovah, this is Osiris dealing with a false god. False god says, no, in the name of Apollo, he's taking on the um, title of Apollo. He says, how dare you approach except to crawl on your belly? For 400 years, the honor of my kingdom has been revered by all visiting gods. But you are a barbarian, down, wretch, before I have you bound and cast into prison. Now, let me find some. Let me find. There's a verse that I wanted to find in particular about what they make their subjects do when they when they cross over and they go to that realm, that heavenly realm. Hold on a second. There's a verse that I'm looking for. I know you know what it is, but it lists what this one God required his subjects to do. They have to crawl for like miles and miles. And after all that they do, it's even more than that, they don't get to see the one that they want to see. They get to look at the throne, I think. Now, this is not it.
Yeah, it's like in the Bible with Moses and uh the people were. It said they want. They kept coming to the mountain, and God was like, "Well, if you see me, and you have to die." So yeah, these people were still was waiting to see him, and they was gonna die if they seen him. So these false gods, they have that vibration on them because they don't care about man. They're not going to inherit these Ethereal realms, and so they don't want us to inherit it.
Wait a minute. Omian is helping me out here.
Oh, yep.
He said it's in book of Esther, chapter 51. Hold on, let me find that. And I'm just bringing it up because I believe that when you look at Earth and you see the things that are done here, and just knowing the spirit of man, if he can oppress his brother, if he can rule, I mean, a man will do anything to hold on his kingdom.
Hmm.
And he there's no ends to where he will oppress his brother. So In other words, power in the hands of an ungodly, evil, and wicked, I think they are subject to anything. So when I read accounts like this, and it's coming from the Creator, and as above, so below, then I don't have any doubt in my mind that they're capable of this type of thing, treating their people, treating deity worshipers like the Oahspe says they do. I got no doubt in my mind. Now, shoot. Let me find that. Escra. Okay. Escra 5114. Thanks, Somia. Escra 5114. So I don't know. It's like I think every day, man, you got to have a way to see the Creator. You know, you got to have a way to see it so that can keep you strong.
Yeah, because you have to know, like, even some people, you'll talk to some people and they'll say, well, Earth is a training ground, and we supposed to do this and that here, and to some degree that's true, but
Mhm.
it's
Wait a
with
minute.
the
Say it again. What'd you say? Say it again.
because I've had conversations with people that'll say, like, Earth is a training ground, and we're
Mhm.
supposed to ascend while we're here, do good things while we're here,
Mhm.
but and again, to some degree that's true, but then with, like you said, situations like that's coming out about what some of these elites are doing with children, and with the food supplies, and just the way that the so-called leaders are running the world. Like,
Mhm.
these things are not, they're they're such a high level of evil, because there are some things that even evil people don't even think of. So you have to know that these thoughts are coming from ancient ideas of evil on how
Mhm. Mhm.
to destroy the goodness in everything, like how to
Mhm.
destroy and just eradicate everything that is good, to
Mhm.
devour it. And so that
But
is where
when
we
you
are
read
under
the
right now.
Oahspe, though, you remember reading the account of that king who made a palace of human skulls. you, you,
In the
you
Oahspe, it's and that's probably
remember that?
what's sitting under the Vatican right now.
I don't doubt that. I don't know for sure, but you read the Oahspe, and it even has like a picture of that
of
one
the of
god.
the
I think his name is Emet Chava or something like that.
Okay.
And his temple was made of skulls. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and so going way back then, I don't know exactly when that was, but to me, it just shows you how beastly men can be towards one another. And
Yeah.
so the is I just think that the Creator is trying to show. I think evil's restrained. I
Yeah,
think it's
well.
got to be, even though we seeing what we seeing. Now let me read this real quick. This is or the uh the verse that Omian brought up, where it's talking about the requirements
Mm-hmm.
to approach a false god in the heavens.
Okay.
It says, such was the significance of each of the four heavenly places of the four Hayden gods. I forgot what that means. The Hayden gods. The Hayden gods. I forget.
Yeah.
I forget what that Hayden word means. And differing only a little from one another. So it's definitely the false gods' kingdoms in the spiritual. And it's talking about the type of worship they required in order to approach him. So it says, in order to obtain the privilege of thus going to look upon the throne of its God, one had to first serve 100 years, man, in the labors of heaven, and to have one's record good during all that time. So you got 100-year sentence, and you can't have one markup on that sentence. And
Mm.
then it says, if in his mortal life a man had served his God by preaching and praying or by fighting battles for him, thanks, Omi, and This is exactly it. And had thus attained to a good record, 100 years servitude in heaven entitled him to visit his God on the throne at a distance named above. But if the mortal had been an enemy to the God during his earthly life, he could not attain to approach the throne in less than 300 years servitude, which service consisted of laboring in building mansions, paving roads in heaven, or bringing produce up from the earth, or bringing up other atmospheric elements for the gratification and glory of the God and his tens and millions of high officers. So basically, this is going on right now.
Yeah, it
And
makes you think of the Old Testament, because when you read the Old Testament, there is no mention of any type of other realms other than here. Like it's just talking about what's happening for man to be stand right here on the earth.
So great, grand, and far reaching were these four kingdoms that hundreds of millions of angels dwelt. Look at that. There's hundreds and millions of angels dwelt in them, never even hearing of any other heaven than the one that they were in. To these dead people, hundreds and millions of them. And their mind is blocked now, blocked from the light. Hundreds, hundreds, and thousands of years. Because remember, the Creator said it would be longer and harder to do without money than what you could have done with money. Meaning, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, that he gives us the free will to make ourselves while we are on the earth in a much shorter amount of time than it would take when we go into our spirit. And people don't appreciate that. We live in a reality where people will work, they'll slave for 30 and 40 years for 6 years of Social Security. But then when you say that now is the time to prepare for our eternity, they don't want to hear it because they don't believe it. They say they do, they like to think that they do, but they don't, because they can't. The flesh don't let you see the light. If that flesh is real thick on you.
Yep.
If that flesh is thick, man, I'm telling you, and it's it lets it's the flesh that keeps us from being able to see the spiritual for most people. Although that there are people who are Suis and Sargis now.
It's somewhere in the Oahspe where the angels ask about that. Like, why is this the why weren't you able to bring your bodies up with you when you crossed over or something? Amia might know what I'm talking about. So it is like how you're saying, like the flesh here, but it is like a spiritual garment that we have to put on.
The whole thing reminds me of what Jesus Christ said in the Gospel of Thomas. They was talking to him, and he said something like, now again, although I don't believe that Jesus Christ existed, I don't believe the Jesus Christ of the New Testament existed. I believe he was a construct of false gods, but I believe Joshua existed. But there's the Gospel of Thomas. Now, it's amazing the way the wisdom he spoke. He spoke a lot of wisdom, and just like you were saying earlier, you got to have some truth for your lies to be powerful. And so in the Gospel of Thomas, matter of fact, they was asking him, they were, I think it was the Pharisees, they were saying something. Let me see if I can find it. He says, let me see, I'm going to voice type it in. So hold on one second.
The Gospel of Thomas is in the Nag Hammadi, or it's like separate book. It's not in
Yeah,
the New Testament.
hold on a second. I want to voice type it in so I can try to bring it up. Then they shall lay their clothes at their feet. Gospel of Thomas. That's one thing you got to. Oh, shoot. I typed in more than I wanted to. That's one thing you got to love about the Bible, that how the Creator, I think it's like he was going to allow us to be able to see the wisdom in it and how we could apply that to our reality through the things that the Jesus Christ went through, even though it was not his it's not his revelation, but it's like you could see your life by the things that he said and did. A faithist can see his life. They could also see how he was under a deception.
Well, Jesus is
I
the
know what you're getting ready
construct
to
of
say too.
he is the construct of man. That's why he's called the Son of Man.
Mm-hmm.
So he is our life
Oh no,
seated.
I didn't know you were going to say that.
He is our life seated through the New Testament.
That's a good point. That's a good. I'm telling you, man. That's a good point.
And Masons, that's
Son
what
of
they
God
believe. They don't
and
believe.
Son of Man.
Yeah, they don't believe that he's when they're reading about Jesus, they don't look at him as a deity outside of them.
Mm-hmm.
They consider Jesus to be them. We're the builders. We're the builders, and so we're the builders' sons and daughters, and the builder, the grand architect. So Jesus would be us, like the Son of Man, and this is what he is going through, his revelations of him having these altercations with the Pharisees, scribes, Sadducees, and the Sanhedrin. That would be us having our altercations and our revelations with the four religions, because this the Pharisees, scribes, Sadducees, and Sanhedrin. The followers, the 12 followers, would be those 12 zodiac signs within us, coming and going. And then we become the head, the sun, which is the most powerful of the zodiac signs. We become the son of God, like the power, the light of the world. We become the
That's a good. I like that. That's a good synopsis there, Asnaf. That's pretty good. Yeah, I can receive that. That's pretty heavy, man.
Yeah, well, that's
pretty
what they
heavy.
That's what they know. That's why they don't really, like you look and say like, well, they're all wearing crosses, so they must be Christian. No, they know that it's a metaphor. It's a paradox, but it's a metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead,
I think the Creator, he's letting us see. He's letting us be able to look at Jesus Christ and see ourselves both good and bad.
Yep. Christ crucified against the world. So once we step out and start really following the Creator, we are crucified to the world. We died to the world.
Yeah.
But we
you
also
see the scriptures in a whole different light, man.
When you're hated
a whole different light. And then that's what puts you on that island.
Yep.
It puts you on that island. And that's where that scripture comes to mind, where many shall seek to enter and shall not be able.
He said, I never knew you.
Remember that? Many shall seek to enter. I think it was Matthew 7. Now I see what that means, man. I can see that with my own eyes.
Well, it's like
there are people who even agree with you, what you're saying.
Well, it goes even.
But
that's why I said it's seeded throughout the whole Bible. It's like the seven bridesmaids who have the oil and those who don't. So it's like
that's another good example.
The groups of people.
The whole Bible. I love it because it's like, to me now, the Creator is letting you have that extra resource so you can know some spiritual truths about what you're going to go through while we sitting here on the earth. We got the opposition of family. We got the opposition of government, Pharisees, Sadducees, and whatever the hell the third group was. You know, we got
in
the we
in the
got
book of in the Song of Solomon, the there's the girl that he's talking to in the Song of Solomon. So she says she went out at night looking for her lover,
mhm,
which is
mhm,
Solomon,
mhm, mhm,
metaphorically. But she
mhm,
says that
mhm.
the jailers caught her and beat
Yeah.
her.
See? You see?
And so that's us. Like we're looking
Mhm.
for the
Yep.
creator,
See
and then
there?
we're being beaten in this world
Yep.
because
See?
we're rejecting their doctrines, their
You got
religions,
it. See there?
their
That's
systems.
a revelation I only just recently came into. I think
Yes.
it's part of my growth.
That's why, I say, like, every book got a sprinkle, and it's like, because even he was
Mhm.
passing the light down through ages
Mhm.
until it
Mhm.
finally landed. But it was like coming. There's a scripture where Apostle Paul says, "We right now we see through the glass,
Glass darkly, but then
darkly."
face to face.
Yes, so it's like through the ages, more revelations was coming and coming
Mhm.
and coming until now we're standing face to face with that light.
I mean, I'm that happened to me,
Me
and
too.
I'm saying it to let other brethren know it's going to happen to you too. What am I saying?
Mhm.
Revelation. It's going to happen, man. You know,
Yeah.
because I this time last year I didn't know that I could see the scripture that the way that I can see it now. So it make you excited for what else is involved in your growth while you here on the red star. Each of us is going to go through those. We're going to grow, and our understanding is going to separate. We just going to get separated more and more. Remember, from what
Mhm.
I read, the creator said that when Gia and AG fall, it produces a separation. Resurrection grades, they elevate. Grades below resurrection grade, they descend.
Yeah. And that's
But
why
I'm
you see some people go backwards. Some people
yeah.
start going back into religions or
Mhm. Mhm.
crazy mindsets and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now tell me what you think about this, Asenat. His disciples, this Gospel of Thomas. His disciples said, "On what day will you be revealed? On what day will you be revealed to us? And on what day shall we see you?" Jesus said, "When you unclothe yourselves and are not ashamed, and take your garments and lay them beneath your feet like the little children, and trample on them, then you will see the Son of the Living One, and you will not be afraid." What do you think that means? Can you see it okay
Uh-huh.
on the screen?
I can see it. So for me, that it's like it's a simultaneous scripture for what's in the New Testament when it says they took his garments and divided it with lots, and but they didn't tear his garments. They stripped him, and the people made bets on it with lots, and but
Mhm,
they didn't tear it. So it's like your garment is what, if you're clothed, you're not naked. So
mhm,
but if
mhm,
you are willing to be naked, that means you're willing to lay not just your faults bare, and you're not ashamed of it because you're coming into a new body where you can walk on the garments. It's like the old wine skins. You're
mhm,
coming
mhm,
into a new garment. So you can't pour old wine into a new wine skin. You can't pour new knowledge into a old mindset. So
right.
he's pretty much saying, like, you're taking this off, and you can trample on those old things that you know of the past, because they don't mean anything to you. Then you'll see the Son of the Living One, which is you. You're the
Mhm,
Son of the Living One, and you're no longer afraid because you know who your Father is.
mhm,
That's why when Jesus says, no one knows who the Father is but me, and no one knows who I am but the Father,
mhm,
it's really, we're saying that's us. Nobody knows who we really are but the Father. And only we
mm,
know who our Father is because he's been revealed to us.
mhm,
And
mhm.
we're here to
Nice,
reveal him
nice,
to everybody else.
nice. Yeah, I'm with you. Now check out my take on it. he said, or his disciples said, on what day when you be revealed to us? And on what day? See, I could sum it all up in one sentence.
Okay.
I would say I can sum this all up. No, maybe I can't. I was going to say by I was going to say by taking off the flesh, but too that's too um, that's too vague. When you unclothe yourselves and are not ashamed, I think you could say when you are. Can I say that's when you are honest with yourself? When you take off the superficiality of yourself? Can I say when I remove the vainglory of myself?
Yeah.
Can I say when you unclothe yourselves and are not ashamed that I'm not afraid to believe what is true? Well, no, I can't really say that. I want to say that point to some type of like when I unclothe, when
It's like
I
it's similar to the
when he
Bible
says when he
and
says
Eve.
and you're not ashamed, to me that says that when you're not afraid to stand on your own,
Yeah,
you're
like
not like embarrassed because you're going against the tide. But
Mhm.
it's the unclothed part that I'm trying to
Well,
define.
well, think of it like this. So when Adam and
When you
Eve,
take off your
they were naked,
garments,
but they weren't ashamed. They were naked, but they weren't ashamed.
yeah,
So until they
yeah,
ate from the
that's a good
tree of
point.
life,
To
then
me,
that's when they
it's like when
became
you unclothe
ashamed.
yourself. Hmm. 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 And then he says, and you take your garments and lay them beneath your feet like the little children and trample on them, meaning that you don't turn, you are set on, you're under a conviction that where you were before, you're under a conviction that where you were before was not your was not the right way. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
it does.
don't look back. You know,
Yeah.
you're under conviction that you have come into the knowledge of that brings you out of deception and darkness. And it points a lot to me to the flesh, because
Mm-hmm.
the things that the earth is flesh in the sense that materialism, ego, to me, all these things are flesh.
Yeah.
And we're under the our mission is to take the flesh off. We have to take, which means to do battle with Satan, which is us, the vibration in us that tends to evil. So I
Mm-hmm.
think when you unclothe yourself, that's all part of what it means right here. I could be wrong, but it makes sense to me
I mean, of
that
course you're
there's
not wrong because it's what resonates with you. So it's like
yeah, yeah,
every
yeah.
holy book is it's always talking about us. It's like metaphorically us, but
Mhm.
we have a script. We're living it out. We're playing it play
Mhm.
by play.
Mhm.
Some parts apply to us, some parts don't. Um,
Mhm. Mhm.
but
Mhm.
I think yeah, that makes sense
Yeah,
to me.
you put it good, metaphorically us. Yeah, that that hits the nail on the head. That's what makes the scriptures that much more enjoyable now, you know. Is
Yeah,
this seems
because
like
when you read them, it's you think like you're not just because when I used to read the Bible and I would say, wow, like this God is crazy. He wants to kill kids and this and that. But
Mhm.
now when I read it, I realize like, no, it's not even talking about that. It's like get rid of these desires, take the land. The land is yours. Like conquer everything spiritually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because some
Mm-hmm.
of the things it's talking about is things that cannot even be done. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you have to realize, like, so when it's talking
Yeah.
about certain people, these are vibrations. Like, what type of people were the Canaanites? They were idol worshippers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
in one path, the God of Israel, Isaac, and Jacob, he's this loving God. I love you. I want to gather you together. You won't let me. And
Mm-hmm.
then it's like, go and kill, cook, let me smell the flavor. So it's like, like you said, you're fighting these Satans in you. You're burning them out. You're
Mm-hmm.
cooking these evil strongholds in your life. The bull is in you. You're cooking that bull, that attribute of Taurus. You're cooking it.
Mm-hmm.
You're fighting with the lamb, the baby lamb. I want to put him on the grill. I want to let him savor. I want to smell him, because you want that peace that lamb, that sweet little innocent animal gives you. Like, all these things they're metaphorically what we are dealing with day to day.
Yeah, I agree. I certainly agree, man. I certainly agree. And like I was saying earlier, we have to. You got to look at people, man. You got to, you know, by studying them, by being around them. And for me, it's like I really learn a lot, and it keeps me. What's a good word for enduring? You know, that's the thing for us, man. To every day. I mean, we are really getting it. Faithus. I mean, Faithus. The other video, and I was sharing how our reality is like an agricultural hothouse, meaning all the conditions are there, but it's for your growth. But it's unpleasant. A lot of, you know, the things that plant, well, a plant, it doesn't have the, sensitivities and feelings and all that. But you can imagine that it's in a situation where it's unpleasant to us, but it contributes to our growth. And it's kind of weird because when you see that, at least for myself, where you see that people, I was making the analogy of, well, no, I can't use that. I was going to talk about Dorothy's slippers in The Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, our reality, it reminds me of, like, in a sense, remember the man who bought the field
Mm-hmm.
and then he went and hid it?
Yeah.
But I don't think,
he
you don't
found
even
he
need to hide
found
it because
he
you can't
found
give it
it.
away.
It
Don't
says,
nobody want what we got.
well, they do, and they really do, and
You
that's
think
that's why,
so?
of course they do, and that's
Then why
why,
don't they take it?
because it's presentation, and like you said, they're dealing with Satan, like their own Satans, but the Creator loves all of His creations, and He will raise them to the point when they need to hear it. It's like Jesus
Mm-hmm.
with turning water to blood. I mean, to wine, because what it means is from spirit to flesh, or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
from
Yeah, I
from
agree.
death
I
to
certainly
life.
agree with that. Yeah.
So,
Hey, do you like the part where, see, and you reminded me of something. I like that. Where I like it because the wedding feast, they
mhm,
said up until now, every man he brings out the best first, and then that which is not so good last,
mhm,
And it makes me think of the Oahspe because the
yep,
creator brought it out
exactly.
last. You know, they said, but you were brought out the last. He said, but you were brought out the good stuff last,
and and that's
And
where
it's
we
like,
are. We're in that time right now. It's like we're at the son's wedding feast. This
oh,
is
check it out.
this is our
ASAP, say
wedding.
hi to my brother.
Hey, brother. But we are the son that's getting married right now. We are marrying. So the whole Bible is about this wedding that was taking place. It starts with Abraham and Sarah. It goes down to Isaac and Rebecca.
Yeah, yeah.
it's really us. It's really us being married back to spirit, being married back to the creator, to what is truth, what is real. Um, and that's why when he says, at the end,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see me, c- um, you'll see me come. I'm coming quickly, or something like that. It's in the Bible. But once you get the
Mm-hmm.
revelation and you realize you are the son, you're the son of man, it's talking about us.
Mm-hmm. 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 That's the most. I tell you, man. That's the most amazing thing. Then it puts the whole world. It puts the world in a whole different light. It
Hmm.
puts the world in a whole different light, man. You know,
Because just like the Oahspe
when you
said,
see the world through the Oahspe,
yep,
I'm
like
telling
the
you the
Oahspe
truth,
said,
man.
we're the only creation the Creator made that is able to attain the spirit, like resurrection. And so,
Mm-hmm.
of course, every other fallen angel, Druja, everything that's not going to inherit it, it's their job to be gatekeepers. And the gatekeeping starts in the flesh and then it ascends all the way up through the spiritual realm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like knowing everybody's going to resurrect, though.
Yeah.
I like that. That comforts my soul. So we don't have to sit around talking about somebody went to hell forever, and you know, I like that. I like getting out of that bondage. Because
Hmm.
religion is like 80% fear. You know,
Yeah.
it's like fire insurance policy. I remember a dude told me, he said, "Brother," he said, "you ain't got to talk to me. I got a ticket that says admit one."
But
he was talking about heaven. He said, "No, I just get out there and I party all night long and once on Sunday, and I still got that ticket, brother. So you ain't got to come over here to talk to me."
mm-mm. It's crazy because in the Bible, Jesus was totally against religion.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the whole
Mm-hmm.
thing is. That's us. We're totally against religion. We're totally against anything that separates us from the Creator. Anything that we need a
Mm-hmm.
middleman for. We were
Mm-hmm.
against it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's imagine our fight. We're flipping over
Yeah.
tables in the synagogue, and we're telling them, you're worshiping the devil. All these things. So imagine that. That's us, and
Mm-hmm.
we
Mm-hmm.
walk away and go into another town and they set up something in our name. This is what Yaquab came to teach. So come to the temple and
Mm-hmm.
pray. This
I
is what
think
they
that's
did.
why. I think that's why he don't let us have like faiths. I
Because
don't think he let us have churches.
it will turn into that.
Yep, it'll
It'll
turn into
definitely turn into
idolatry.
that. Ma-
You'll get
Because
somebody wanting to take the lead.
yeah,
And then I'm surprised that it hasn't happened yet.
because he won't let it.
I
He won't
know.
let it
I believe it. I
because
believe
he's
it.
at this point he is the head right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because anybody who is still fighting their Satans, they will definitely start turning and beating their brothers, like the Bible say.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to
Mm-hmm.
start beating your brothers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the truth. Like I was telling you in that email you sent me,
Mm-hmm.
I sent out letters all over the world. I drafted a form letter.
Mm-hmm.
I drafted a form letter for the Oahspe to asking all the institutions that I could find all over. I sent out about 4,000 emails overseas, and
Mm-hmm.
almost every single theological secular university in the United States, and the prisons, and the theological seminaries. All together, I probably sent out like 4,000 emails asking them, for the prisons, to implement the Oahspe in the prison library, for secular universities to add it to the curriculum, and for theological universities to add it to their curriculum as well. I heard back from 2 institutions. 2.
Well,
But I'm not discouraged though.
Those are the two in the Bible when it says Jesus healed 12 people, but only two of them turned around and thanked him.
Ooh,
Because you got to think
that
you're
was
about to
nice.
destroy. Yeah, because you got to think if they did what you're asking, you're about to dismantle their whole system.
I know. But you
So
know what? You know, I
only
knew
the
that
creator,
beforehand, right?
of course, and that's what I'm saying. Only the creator is gonna. The person you sent it to might not be the person that'll put it in place, but who knows? 2 or 3 months down the line, that person.
But I sent it to the institutions, though. You
Yes.
know,
So 2 or 3 months down
so
the
it
line, the
had to.
person who's in
At least
charge
some
may
of them
not be.
places, it should have went like through a chain, wouldn't it?
Well,
A
that's what
chain
I'm
of
saying.
people.
Like 2 or 3 months down the line, the person who got it may not have looked at it or didn't care, but somebody else might pick it up and spearhead it. So you don't
That's
know
the way
why
I
the
looked at
creator
it.
sent you into those, into those. It's like your ministry, like Apostle Paul, like Peter, going into different places like Asia and places where we are
Hmm.
not wanted. We
Hmm.
can't do anything, but the creator, we must be his eyes and ears when we walk into a room. That's we're walking him in with us. So
Hmm. Hmm.
you don't know
Hmm.
like who will get that and what will happen with it.
Hmm. 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 It's it's um it's those two people. I went to one of the guys. Uh, the two institutions that contacted me is right here in Arizona. Two of the prisons,
Mm-hmm.
and one guy had me come down to the prison
Okay.
to 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 talk to him, and I
Mm-hmm.
did, and I gave him the volume set.
Oh,
And
okay.
then another guy called me, and we talked about. He asked me what it was all about. But I'm not saying that to brag or boast or anything. And I knew I was going to meet with failure, but I know that the creator. He said that the light is going to explode
Mm-hmm.
from the light is going to explode from America. The creator said the light. You know that, right,
Oh,
Isana?
yeah.
You know
Mm-hmm.
that. I ain't telling you nothing. You know. The creator said the light is coming from America. In spite of all this evil we doing right now, all this wickedness we doing right now, leaders bought off by other nations, doing the will of other people, politicians not representing their constituents for the love of money, you know, all this stuff we doing, it don't matter. You can't change the Oahspe. The creator said it's going to start with America.
It's you got to think of this with when Nazarene Faith has said you inspire him. Oh, that is so nice.
Oh, that's what keep me going.
Yeah, Quab. He said you
When that
inspire
when
him.
brother like that encouraging me like that, you ace and ass coming on and showing your light, and we outnumbered. You see here in this room here ain't hardly nobody in here, but that's
It's who's
okay. That's
supposed to
cool.
be. It's
The
everybody who's
creator, he can
supposed to be.
use all of us brothers who's content doing content creation. It don't the way I see it, that our videos, all these brothers, you know, that these videos are going to be, what's a good word for off the chart?
These are the
You know,
videos like Omian said in
they're
his
for future
video
generations.
where the angels and the what are the people who like the children who died like from a
Oh,
blood.
hey, Snap, can I stop you for a second?
Yeah,
Hold that thought, okay? I want to speak to Nazarene real quick.
go ahead.
A Nazarene, an easy way to spread the light. I got these index cards. You ain't even got to say nothing to people. I got these index cards, and I put a little something on the back of it from the Oahspe, and I just pass them out. I don't even got to say nothing to nobody. See, the creator, he can take it over, right, Asenat? Where you could drop it somewhere, and then you let the creator decide who picks it up and read it. You still there, Asenat? I think I lost you. Oh, she in the kitchen. So yeah, brother, anything idea where you could, that's a good way to redeem the time. A little something. We here to get it started, really, Faithus, to get to get the foundation built, and then the future generations come along and they pick up where we like. Oh, brother coming in the studio. Cool. Now that's what I like. Hold on, brother. Come with it, brother.
Yeah, you said something about those index cards, man. How can I get some?
Hold on a second. Let me show you what they look like, okay?
All right.
Yeah. Hey, Sanath, you there? Okay. Let me try to put it up on the screen so you can see it. Hold on a second.
Nice.
So what I did was I ordered 500 of them. And so when I go somewhere, I just drop it off.
Right.
Or,
So where did? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
that's right. So you could, you you can just go online and just look for places that make index cards.
Right.
You just choose something that you want to put on the back of it from the Oahspe. And I tried to put something to let people know this is something different than Bible. So I
Right.
tried to put something on the back of it that they never heard of, but it costed like what? I think for 500, it was like I think around $40 for me. And I just go wherever I go. I just drop one here, drop one there, and let the creator take
I
it from
want
there.
some of those. Who made them? You did?
No, I went online and
What?
I ordered them. They got it to where you make up the design and then you tell them what you want on the back of the card. It's got to be like only so many words.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we are the ones, the creator said the explosion is going to start from America.
Send me the link to the email.
Okay, hold on a second. Matter of fact, I can show you right here. You could just type in anyone, really. Index card creation. Okay. So you could pick almost anyone here on the screen, Personalized index cards, our business cards. So you just go online and then you design it and then you put the information. And I tell you something too, man. It make you feel good doing stuff like that. It bless your soul because number one, it is part of us redeeming the time. And I know that it's probably not a lot of faiths are not really proactive when we should be, especially if you got this light, man. You got something that the whole world that they need, and they don't. And the tragedy is that they don't know it.
That's
They just
because
they.
a lot of people are walking between worlds. Like they know about the Oahspe, and they live like the some of the the laws of like not eating meat and things like that, but they still are reaching out for great things for themselves in this world. So
Mm-hmm.
I think like that's part of it too.
But you know, a big thing that I discovered is that one of the biggest truths is that, like the title of the video is "The World Can't Find the Creator." The world can't find the Creator,
Hmm.
and a lot of that means they don't know to fight the Satan that's within them, and that's blocking them from. That's one big thing that blocks people from knowing the Creator, because you don't know. I know I know there's a good Bible verse that says what I'm saying here. I know there is.
What?
Ace, I know you can come up with something that talks about what I'm saying. You know
Well,
that there's something where one of them is when he told Peter, "Get behind me, Satan,
hmm
for thou savorest not the things of God, but the things of man." But I know there's more.
it's seeded throughout the whole Bible. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing it starts in what it is how it happens, because
Mm-hmm.
the world is looking for a literal falling of Babylon, like
Mm-hmm.
but in the Bible it's really the systems of the world. It's like the religions, the governments, everything. That right
Mm-hmm.
there is what's going to, when it talks about that rock destroying that mountain,
Oh, that's a good one.
that's what's going
That
to
is a good
open
one,
up
man.
the truth about the creator, because their systems are failing, their religions are failing, their gods are failing. So
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
they don't have no choice but to start looking for the true God, like the true creator of
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Mm-hmm. 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 Now, see, you hit on something now. You hit on
Yeah,
something
because
now
when
because
I'm manifesting and my vision boards are not working, and I'm going to the church and I'm praying and I'm not being healed. And Omian's video about, people praying for healing, and they'll say, "Oh, I got healed for this or that," but the creator is only backing what benefits people knowing who he is. So if your healing isn't backing that, then is that healing really a healing? Is there some consequences behind it that this false God is expecting you to, you didn't preach about him enough or something? So all these
Mhm.
things, that's that rock building that's going to destroy that mountain of all these false lies, if that makes sense.
Mhm. I think I think one thing, you said something that I really like, where I think that's what we're being set up for now in the world. I think that's what we've been set up now with the world. I think the creator in preparation for people for the light of the Oahspe to explode, then he have to bring some, what's a good word for tribulation?
That's the
Because
word.
people don't listen until, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They won't hear until, like with the gas prices,
Hmm.
ain't nobody gonna pay attention to what's going on around them until you hit them in the pocketbook.
Yeah, and even with that, it goes back to that what you were saying about not being able to do. You're not going to be able
Oh yeah,
to do without money what you. What did you say?
the Oahspe says that if you don't, is you're going to have to do without money what you could have done with money. And I think that that's talking about if you don't want to redeem the time on the earth, then when you go into your spirit, it's going to take you longer and it's going to be more difficult to accomplish what you should have accomplished on earth. I don't know. I could be wrong. But
It could be that, and also still, even because the Oahspe, you got to think what is our mission here, like to help people, to raise them up, to give them. So money is also like the spiritual currency.
yeah. Matter of fact, yeah, we were talking about that in Bible study. That's good. Yeah.
So if we're not using our spiritual, if we're not, and that's even in the Bible, like when Jesus says, like he gave the denarii, this servant did this and that with it, the other one buried it in the ground. So we've been given spiritual money to raise people up, to help them. But if we don't use it, then there's consequences for us as well as the people that we didn't help.
I mean, that's one thing. That's the attraction of the Oahspe is the irrefutable logic. That's one of the strongest attractions where it's hard for people to disagree with the justice of it. Is equanimity the word? I'm looking for the logic of it. That's one of the strongest witnesses for the Oahspe.
Yeah.
It's hard to refute it. So anyway, sis, I'm gonna let you get back. Looks like I'm gonna go ahead and your talents, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Your talents, yes.
Mm-hmm.
We all got talents, I think that's one of the reasons for the zodiac signs. Everybody's got their flavor that they could bring, you could bring to the table.
That's true.
Everybody's got their flavor,
That is very true, because some people talk better, some people write better.
Yeah.
Some people teach through art. Some people are just better. I don't know. It's like it's so many different levels of things people do, and the way they help others learn and perceive. It was like how you were saying Omni being a Gemini, how he teaches, like that resonates with other people. We all have something that inspires people. Some of us are parents, so we teach better. We appeal to the child in a lot of people. It's like a lot of different things. We come from a lot of different backgrounds, and so that brings certain things and aspects to the table too.
Your gift. That's why it's so important to know your gift. To know, just like Jesus said, to know yourself. And then you can have that confidence when you in yourself, and then share it with the world.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, sis, it's been great. I appreciate you carrying me for the video, making it a success, a grand success. I usually plan to go like an hour and a half, and I'm gonna start sharing from Radiance Anthology too, picking up on that. You remember Radiance Anthology?
Yeah. They sent me a copy of it too.
That's
right. Iron sharpens iron. That definitely makes sense, of course.
Yeah, we definitely, need to, especially in this day and age where the darkness is covering the earth. And I have to say it again, man. I perceive that the Creator is going to bring some AG or Gia. Which one is denser? I think Gia is more dense. No, wait a minute. I think AG is more denser than Gia. Dense region. No matter how one of them has to do is denser than the other. And I think that when we go through them when we go through that atmosphere, it makes it hard. It's like again, there's a separation. Those who are resurrection grade, they keep ascending, and non-resurrection grade will descend even more. And the events of the world, I mean, I just see, oh man, you don't want to say it, but we won't listen no other way.
Yeah.
We just won't listen, man, So I'm gonna shut it down, Ace and F. I'll pick it up again Tuesday with your permission. I want you to join me, okay?
Sure. I'll be here.
Hopefully I can get Omi and the co-host with me. And we just wait and watch what happens. But I hope you brethren, you really pay attention, man, because I think the Creator, He's going to help us depart from the world in our minds as we see that foundations start getting shaken.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
we got a world that ain't got no foundation, man.
And you know what, that's why I don't even know if you remember that video I sent you where I was saying like about how I contribute to different charities.
Mhm.
But I love their community, like how they have all, it wasn't like their spiritual side. I wasn't talking about that. It was like how they all band together and were helping each other. Like they all got together and bought land, and everybody was helping each other build houses and things. Like it's gonna come a time where that's gonna be us. Like we're really gonna have to do that. Not just like have like our channels and stuff. Like we're really gonna have to really lean into being there. Hello?
The only objection I had is that they are Israelites
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they worship
I
false
know.
God. I'm all for I'm all for that world. That world
Yeah.
is coming
Yeah.
where we are going to do for one another. We're going to do for one another, man. And I
Mhm.
can't wait for that. But I will. I just matter of fact, it's funny you say that because I cut off a charity today. I cut
Did
them
you?
off because actually I cut them off a long time ago when I learned the Creator what He has to say about charity, and
Oh, what?
they want to act like, well, we didn't get the notice or we didn't, see, they don't want to let go of donations.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm doing it is because I tried to contact them. I tried to ask them to look into the Oahspe as a way to raise children, to bring them up under that. They didn't respond. So I cut them off
Yeah.
because I did it in ignorance, donating to them, but they don't want to. I mean, it makes you mad and almost because they want to do right, but you running in vain, man.
Yeah. Well, definitely a lot of them
And
have.
if you support them, you help them.
And that's what I thought about after you and I had that conversation. I was like, yeah, he's right about, their motives and what they're worshiping, because we know those things are not of the Creator.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with them, man. If they would have said, yeah, we're faithists, that means that we subscribe to the Oahspe, I would have been out of here in well, I can't go there because I'm in a power chair. I can't just up and go and live somewhere,
Right.
but man, I would support them. And let me take this time to say again before I close, if anybody is listening and you want the 6-volume set that the Unknown Many have put together and you're a little short on funds, just contact me. I'll get it for you. The Creator, He says not only that book, the 6-volume set, but all brethren are writing books now. And the Creator says that those books are going to be foremost in the world.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that I make that offer to anybody who sees this video. I just think that he's given us a great opportunity, man. I think he's chosen us to lay the foundation. We doing it for future generations. And I know that just like the Bible says, our labor is not in vain. I believe that with all my heart.
Mm-hmm. I believe it too. I do.
Okay, you want to give a final word then, Asenath, and then I'm gonna shut it down unless somebody wants to come on real quick and say something else.
No, I think we've covered everything that we can cover tonight. I just wish everybody peace and health and love.
I sent that message to Dave. I don't know what happened to him tonight, but he probably didn't get the message yet. That I sent him a message saying that I'm back live now, and that Asenath wants him to, come back on. And so when he gets it, I'm sure he'll respond.
Okay.
So
yeah. All right.
Okay, so Tuesday it will be same bat time, same bat channel.
Okay.
And if you brethren, with your permission, if I may say a word of prayer for about 10 seconds, and then I will end the video. So, Jehovah, thank you for the opportunity to do my level best to share the light along with my brethren, and for Asenath coming on and helping me to make it through the video. And Jehovah, I just pray that we see what's going on in the world and that you will strengthen us to be an even greater light. Jehovah, thank you. And brethren, thank you for joining me. And until Tuesday at 5 p.m., please, the Creator be with you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Good night.